Within the still shadows of the jungle, a stealthy beast waits for the opportune time to make its kill. Normally, the prey is another animal, but in this case, the beast had its sights set on something more challenging. In today's video, we're going to talk about a story that makes us think about how fragile the line is between life and death. This is the story of Thottahil Prajesh, whose life came to a tragic end when he came face to face with one of the jungle's most beautiful and dangerous creatures. This is Ultimate Misfortune. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications. Sultan Bathery is a peaceful haven in the middle of India that shows us how nature and technology can coexist. Modern and ancient live together in a mosaic-like way in this one-of-a-kind setting. Thottahil Prajesh's dairy farm is in a busy area and is home to a long-standing tradition that he works hard to protect. People have learned to truly respect the life that brings them poverty, shows them hard work, and a strong connection to the land. This respect has been passed down from one family to the next. He lives with his family in the country, away from the noise and chaos of the city. 36-year-old Thottahil was born in the lush beauty of Sultan Bathery. He spent some of his childhood in the nearby woods, where there were streams and trees to climb. Other times, he helped out on the farm. He kept up the work that his father started and continued doing it for the rest of his life. Eventually, he started teaching his own children what he had learned as a child while visiting the places where his ancestors came from. Thottahil's morning routine included listening to a variety of nature noises, such as birds singing and cows mooing. While his wife prepares a substantial breakfast, he gets in his jeep and heads out to tend to the farm. Thottahil inspects the margins of his farm at about noon. On his way home, he stops at Sultan Bathery to acquire additional animal feed. He would do this routine every day. This pattern continued on December 9th, 2023. Thottahil usually began each day with a mug of tea prepared by his loving wife, and today was no different. He was outside enjoying the morning air and listening to the buzz of his Jeep's motor, while his wife made breakfast and cared for their youngest child, who was cranky and teething. After the early morning hustle and bustle subsided, he was able to relax with his family and friends at his own home. He had a good time and connected with his children during lunch. He shared a boyhood passion with his two oldest children, creating slingshots from old tire rubber and meticulously positioning Y-shaped branches. It made the baby chuckle, which was simple yet intense delight for him. This event not only helped them reconnect with their heritage, but it also taught them to be creative and accurate. After letting the lads play their new game, Thottahil continued his daily activities in his Jeep, which had become a vital part of his identity, along with the property he labored for. He needed to collect some grass and fodder for his cattle, and the place to gather it was a short distance from his house, so he got into his Jeep and set out to a nearby forest. Coming closer to the tree line, Thottahil felt an unsettling presence where his fields met the lush farms of Sultan Bathery's wilderness. Someone or something was already there to greet him, but he shrugged off the feeling and started cutting grass for his animals. Unbeknownst to him, the individual who was hiding in the bushes next to Thottahil's farm had noticed his methodical routine. A beautiful and dangerous male Siberian tiger had been keeping an eye on Thottahil for the past few days. The predator had seen Thottahil's orderly way of working and was stalking the man in his routine. It took Thottahil a set amount of time every day to cut new grass for the cows of his farm. Since he did this every day, he knew that by the time he got back to where he started cutting grass, a new patch of grass would have grown and be ready to be picked again. The tiger watched from behind the thick growth as Thottahil carefully cut down a small area of plants every day with his scythe. It was like a dance for the tiger, with Thottahil's scythe cutting the grass and his later harvest bundle being the main act. This wild observer could see that Thottahil was holding a dangerous scythe. The blade was so sharp that it could easily cut through a thick underbrush. So the tiger calmly waited until the scythe was safely sitting on top of the Jeep, out of Thottahil's reach. Thottahil was so focused on his job and on a familiar nursery rhyme that he didn't even notice the tiger was there the whole time. As it moved towards him, the animal took slow, deliberate steps while dodging the sticks and dry leaves that covered the forest floor. The tiger clenched and tightened its muscles, ready to pounce at a moment's notice. As soon as the tiger neared Thottahil, it let out a tremendous roar that sent birds flying from the nearby trees. As he turned around in shock, the tiger sprang at him with an air of predatory elegance. The fight between them was so rough that the ground shook. The tiger swooped down on Thottahil, its teeth wide open. There was a terrible and chaotic fight. Thoroughly fighting for his life, Thottahil was under the animal. To quickly end the fight, the tiger went for his throat, hoping to kill him. But Thottahil's face got stuck between its teeth in all the confusion. The situation got worse as the fierce tiger tore at Thottahil's skin, making deep, terrible cuts with each move. Thottahil tried everything to force the tiger off of him, but the tiger's claw broke his neck and sliced his femoral artery with one fluid motion. That night, when Thottahil wasn't home, his wife knew something had gone wrong. It wasn't like him to not be home for dinner. As soon as his wife realized how serious the problem was, she turned to the community for help. The entire community came together to look for the body. That's when they found the horrific scene. They found his body partially eaten. His left leg, including the thigh and part of his head, were bitten off by the tiger. Thottahil's body was found just a few feet from the jeep, which had been his lifeline. The heartbreaking picture of a man who used to live peacefully with the land, but is now reduced to its wildest tenet in a somber reminder of how fragile the balance between people and their natural surroundings is. The Prajesh family was devastated. Not only was his family impacted, but the entire community was stunned by what had occurred. The whole town felt sad as people tried to come to terms with the sudden violence that had been a part of their peaceful lives. As soon as the disaster happened, the officials got to work to catch the tiger that had caused it. They were looking for a fully grown male tiger, a dangerous hunter, who had gotten lost in the thick jungle and left behind paw prints that were as unique as the animal itself. Too much greenery in the forest hid the tiger's path, making the hunt frustratingly pointless. But while they searched for the tiger, the locals realized a scary truth. If a tiger killed someone, it would definitely kill again. Others in the area were scared by this idea, which served as a sobering reminder that tomorrow is never guaranteed. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click the bell to get notifications. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching Ultimate Misfortune.